everyone, this is a video collaboration with Miss Trendy Treats, and we both done something about the Moana Disney movie. She made a wonderful 3-tier cakes, and I've made a cake topper. I'm going to put all her links on the description box so you can check her beautiful cake as well. So let's start making the main character of the movie. For doing so, I'm going to use some modeling paste. The brand I'm using is Saracino. I think it's Italian, and you're not gonna find it everywhere, but you might try it on Amazon, on eBay. I'm using first of all some white fondant, and I'm going to color it with some ivory color and some cocoa as well to make the skin a little bit darker. So I'm using a little bit of ivory, and then a little bit at a time adding the cocoa powder until I find the color that I want. I'm going to start making the legs first, and I'm starting with 2 bowls of modeling fondant, and if you want you can find all the weights of the pieces of fondant that I'm using on my blog. Again, I'm going to put the link of my blog on the description box. So first of all, I'm going to model a cylinder which is a bit more narrow in one side, and then with my pinky I'm going to roll it so I can get the ankle of the feet. Then I'm gonna press a little bit, and I'm gonna cut a triangle out of it. In the center again, with my pinky, I'm gonna roll it to make the knee. And I'm gonna pinch it at the front of it as well. So I'm gonna bend the ankle and try to shape it as similar as possible to a real life leg. Now I'm going to insert a cocktail stick inside the leg. But first of all, I'm going to need to brush it with a little bit of water so that the fondant will stick to the wooden stick, otherwise it could fall off. Once I've made both legs, I'm going to put them on a dummy, and because the dummy is a bit hard, I'm going to help myself using a scissor and pushing it down. To make the body, first of all, we're going to make a bigger cylinder and press it with your hand. Then on one side of it, we're going to form the neck, and we're gonna press it and roll it. Once we've done the neck, we can draw a line for the shoulder and the shoulder blades, and another one in the middle for the breast. And I'm gonna start modeling the chest, giving the right shape. So now I can insert the body onto the legs and blend them together. At this point, before moving on the arms or the head, I'm going to make the skirt. And then I wrapped it around the body, hiding the knees. Then I've rolled another piece of fondant, again is rectangular. Then I'm gonna draw some waves at the bottom of the skirt, which I'm going to cut. While I was drawing the top skirt, I was looking at photos, so I noticed that there are some triangles, and there's a flower as well, which I painted with some petal dust and alcohol. And also I've taken away some of the triangles on the waves. And then I've added another piece of skirt on top of it, which was a lot smaller. Also on top of the skirt there was a red belt with 2 red ribbons, and again it had some drawings on it, which I did with a craft knife. To make her top, I've used some red modeling fondant, and again it had some waves at the bottom, and then I've drawn some lines and flowers as well, and then I wrapped around her chest. Also had 2 white stripes with a lot of dots in it, which are made with a leaf shaper, and again some drawings which I've made instead with some black gel paste. Now I'm going to make the head, which is an oval, and in the middle with my pinky I've just created some space for the eyes, and I've added as well the nose, which again is an oval, and I've made the nostrils as well with a leaf shaper, and I've drawn 2 teardrops for the eyes. Afterwards I draw the lip as well, the line actually that is in the middle of the lip, and then the bottom one, and with a craft knife I lift a little bit the lip. So I filled the eyes with some white fondant, and then on top of it I've just a little bit of brown powder. To make the pupils instead, I've added 2 brown ovals, and I've pressed them a little bit to make them wider, and I've got rid of the top bit a little bit because it was too high up. To make the iris look a little bit more real, I've painted it in brown with some edible paint, and then in the middle I've added a black fondant, which is the pupil, and then on top of it I've added a really small piece of white fondant to make the light that it's in the eyes. With some pink petal dust as well, I've added some color to the face so it looks a little bit more real. And again, using the same color, this time added a little bit of alcohol, I've painted the lips. To make the eyebrows, I've added 2 stripes of brown fondant, which are very narrow towards the ears, a little bit bigger instead in the middle. Also around the eyes I've painted it with a little bit of black, and because I'm not very good on drawing the eyelashes, I've decided to use a technique that I've seen it before as well. So what I've done was I've used some fake eyelashes, real ones, and I cut it really small so they fit the eyes. So once the head was ready, I've inserted in the body using a cocktail stick. Then I've rolled some brown fondant, and I cut a circle and put it on her head. Before carrying on with the rest of the hair, I thought that it was the right time to put as well her necklace, using a stripe of brown fondant, and the pendant is half blue and half white. And then I've added some pearls as well on the lace of the necklace. To make the arms, first of all, we're going to need to roll some cylinders. They're very similar to the legs actually. So we're going to make 2 of them, and then with our pinky we're going to roll it to make the wrist. And then again we're going to roll it in the middle to make the elbow. So cut away a triangle so we can make the palm of the hand, and then I'm going to draw the hand lines. To make the thumb instead, we're gonna get rid of a triangle, and then we're gonna make a cut in the middle of the fingers, and then another one and another one. So at this point we can put the arms onto the body. If they are too long, we can cut them up, and then we can blend it with the rest of the shoulders. Finally, to make the hair, I'm going to make lots of stripes of brown fondant, roll it, and then curl it with my hands. And fill the whole head really. My cake topper is now done, and don't forget to check Miss Trendy Treats video. But it's all for now. See you next time. Bye bye.